All right, this is a track breakdown of my TRACKERCORPS 4 track titled The Past Still Haunts Me. This track was written, it loosely kept with the public domain movie sampling theme, but in essence, I actually tried to display a bit of, I guess, emotion, like most artists do, or at least they try to do. Um, just a bit of backstory right before we start. I wrote this track shortly after hearing about the news, trigger warning, of my nephew passing away as a stillborn. And I was excited to meet the little man. And unfortunately, you know, God had his his ideas. He had other plans for little Mason. And I guess I use this track as a bit of a coping mechanism along with the funny ASMR that Cade mentioned in the Tracker Course Discord earlier. Yeah, um, I try to keep it. I try to keep it on theme, I guess. But I guess I use this track as a canvas to express my emotions a bit more towards Little Mason. May God rest his soul. Anyway, let's start with this. So what I did for that effect using Auto Audio 111111. It's a preset, default preset actually. Yeah, cabinet simulator, reverb, second reverb send right here using Infiltrator for the longest time preset, and the default preset on the Hell of Reach Verb. Now these drums come from this part. This is from Need for Speed Canyon. Need for Speed Carbon, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. And I just chopped along with it because I like the syncopation of it. Sub bass and a bit of a boomy, I guess like downward spiral kind of thing. It's a bunch of fun. Morris 1, which is just a reference to the composer of the drums on this track. Right? Using the Hollow Vintage Verb as, I don't know why I didn't use a send for this one. Infiltrator as well for the reverb. A1 trigger gate for the cuts. Ring mod. I've used a lot of ring mod, especially here in the drum kit. Tag 3, which... Oh, I'm sorry. Tag 1. There we go. Which is taken from the Tech Life sample pack, and also that guitar tone which was also taken from the Tech Life sample pack. You see? Yeah, I just slowed it down. Yeah. And of course, percussion right there, simple, also taken from the Tech Life sample pack. And then using that familiar footwork rhythm, using this bit of noise. This is drum right here, B60. Oh, well. But it sounds good, along with the background noise. And then with the sub bass, you have the drums right here. It just gives it that really tense feeling. Now, this sample right here is also from the public domain theme, right? So as you go on with this one, you have the aiming breaks right here, the canyon drums right here, Morse 2, which is basically chopping up this part. I didn't notice that I had that looping. My mistake. But anyway, as we keep on going, there's variations with the drum breaks, with the drum passing and all that. And then a bit more going on here on the vocals and the atmosphere. Here, there's a little bit of a break, that way to give a bit more room for the tension. think this is at 808.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one.
Wait a minute, I tell you.
Okay, this one was also from the from another public domain movie, which you also use as a bit of an ad-lib, I
Wait a
guess.
minute, I tell you. You ain't heard nothing. All right.
And then it goes back to this section again with a bit more intensity. That gun cock right here, tattoo. Was also from Need for Speed Carbon, I think. Yeah, it was. It was from the soundtrack, I believe. Kind of weird that they left that in one of the songs. But I use it either way. And then this next part was from that ASMR thing that I started using. I'm not going to be using it much. Let me see. That's instrument 0C. Oh no, it's 1A, my mistake. Yeah, it's from the ASMR that I've been using. And so speaking about the ASMR, I just use it as a bit of a coping mechanism while, trying to process the death of my nephew and all that. I had a hard time sleeping. And I guess some of the ASMR helped, I guess, with trying to go to sleep and stuff like that. And yeah. You can barely hear it, but it's just like a little, I think it's a breath. No, wrong. Okay. I don't know why I added that. I also added it right here. Right here. Yeah. I don't know why. But I guess it's barely audible right there. But if you're able to hear it, it's right there. It's right there. It serves as a bit of, I guess, silence right before it just, jump scares you right into the action part. So going back here, we're almost done right here. Don't mind this untitled section. I tried to extend it, but it's not good. We'll get to that right now if you want. I tried to keep it simple compared to my other projects. For me, at least, this is simple. Because of other projects that I've had in the past, the channels would reach all the way to like 30, 32. Yeah. So, as we keep on going, we're closing right here with the track. Again, with the Tech Life perks. Getting it. And then, just for added ambience with the really big reverb. I guess the sword thing comes from the original loop, right? You hear that? And then that's it, really. That breath was also part of the ASMR, I believe. That same also with the bubble thing, right? Let's see, 18. Right. Yeah, because it was added on with the amp thing. Even though I tried to make it soft, and then this is a chopped instrument, I think. Also from the ASMR. Just beat sync to 64 lines. And then an additional side, I think. 15. Yeah. and then kick drum right here on the sub bass channel. So this extended part, I didn't have enough time. I think I only did this song in like a week and a half. Yeah, a week and a half. And this extended part, which adds a bit of more of a dancey vibe, I'm probably going to leave it in for an extended version of it. When am I going to finish the extended version? I don't know. And then I just decided to be funny with some soca, right? Dancehall? I don't know. It's kind of working, kind of not, but yeah. And then an additional layer of soca drums. I could probably use this section as probably filler. Probably filler between here. But who knows? I'm just BSing. But going back to the track. I tried to keep it simple, right? As you can tell from the just two reverb sends, one which is Valhalla Room, Dark Reach Chamber, and the second one, Infiltrator for the longest time preset, and Valhalla Feature Verb, the default preset. I'm a terrible explainer, but hopefully you got a bit more of a visual representation of how my workflow has been going. Plus, with millimeters up here, you were able to see basically, the stereo information, the waveform, and all that kind of stuff. For me, it doesn't really matter too much as long as there's not too much distortion, I guess. I mean, yeah, you can add plenty of distortion on your mix bus tracks, your group tracks, but I mean, as long as it doesn't distort over here. Renoise within itself has a -6 threshold, I guess, but personally I don't trust it. I just added this gainer right before I started recording, because without it, that's how I sent in my track. My mistake. Yeah, around -6, -7, around there. Gainer, of course, is just so that you could listen to it better. And that's pretty much it. And because of my my heavy reliance on third-party VSTs, I haven't been able to make the project file available. Plus, with all the rest of the samples used, which are like from video games, YouTube, and stuff like that, I can't really release it, I guess, per se, on the as it being, what's the word, like public domain. And I could, but you're going to need the majority of these VSTs in order to actually make it work. Especially this one, A1 Trigger Gate. It's free, but for others like Knock, for others like Valhalla, Infiltrator, right? You might have to buy it. This one as well, even though I haven't seen any updates for this one in a long time, but I've been using it a lot for my production. OTT, which is free. Yeah, so it's a mix of, free and paid tools. But yeah, anyway, I know I've probably bored you to death, or I've probably just made this video much less interesting than it should be. But hopefully there's that bit of, I guess, interest or, wizardry that has hopefully captured a bit of your imagination. I'm terrible with making videos, man. I've, as much as I try, I overthink it and I just, I can't seem to make it work. But, there's always time for another one. When? Who knows? Just ask me. Just ask me. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I try to keep it simple. And one more thing, originally I wanted to use drums like these. I think it's called a drum line, drum corps kind of thing, right? Right here, this is for a different track, which is a remix of Zully's Treater Figure. Yeah, I wanted to originally incorporate that kind of stuff, but I was like, nah, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. Plus, like, around the same time when I was making the Pastel Haunts Me, I was working on this one. This one is still heavily unfinished, but I'll probably drop it in a release. I'm still working on. I got this one, and probably another one that I have somewhere on my hard drive, and I could release that into a little EP. I think I owe somebody. Uh, I owe somebody a release, so I might as well just release it there. Anyway, I've probably been yapping for way too long. So hopefully you've enjoyed this and, you know, you keep looking forward, to hearing more stuff from me. All right. Take care.